Hey guys, and welcome back to Lore Behind the Game, the series where we take apart your favorite video games and discuss their characters, their stories, and everything in between. For those of you who have been waiting for Overwatch content to come back to the channel, I thank you so much for your patience. The team and I have been seriously just reworking everything, okay? And Lore Behind the Game has actually been a series on All Ages of Geek before, known as our Game Day reactions, or any of the series that you have seen. It's kind of just been leading up to this moment where we kind of, instead of just doing reactions or anything, we kind of just want to rework everything, because due to the fact that reactions, yeah, they're fun and everything, but also so is discussions. So is long form videos of just sitting down and talking your freaking mind off. So it's kind of like the same thing, but like little extras added for you guys, where each and every single one of the characters will also be discussed as well. And yes, before we continue, before we mention anything else, I do know what's been going on behind the scenes with Blizzard and everything. And I don't know much. I do not know much about the whole situation. All I do know is a lot of stuff did happen, a lot of people are mad, and something I just want to really definitely, just because I don't like getting into drama or things like that, because getting into drama is not what this channel is about. We are not a drama channel. If you want us to become a drama channel, just let me know what you want me to talk about, because we'll make a series out of it. We'll discuss the drama things, but trying to put a positive light on them. But I do know what's been going on. Just a little bit, little hints about it. And my thoughts on this is that don't hate on the characters, all right? You don't have to, like I say, like an example, a lot of people talk a lot about the company Rooster Teeth, and some people have allegations against this or that, and they say certain things about workers there. And I try my best to avoid all that drama, because again, All Ages of Geek is about supporting companies and supporting other people. We're not about like stealing people's clout. You know, I hate when people make dramatic videos based on somebody else's failures, because what does that give you? Why are you informing people about? That's why I do not like journalism. That's why I do not like the media anymore, because everything is all about shock value. You know, everything is always about getting that story out there, and it really makes me mad, because instead of just trying to, you know, help the problem, people add like freaking logs to the flame for those problems. So something I want to note before, because again, a little bit of a disclaimer for you guys, is that while we may mention certain drama that goes on, drama usually tends to fade away, okay? Like, if you don't like it, because again, to give you that example, people love the series Ruby, but some people don't like the company Rooster Teeth, and that's fine. You don't have to love and adore a company just because you like their content. You don't have to do that. Just the same thing with Blizzard. You don't have to love Blizzard in order to enjoy their work. You know, some people I don't even like. There's some studios out there that I don't even like, but sometimes I like some of their work, and that's fine, because it's based on personal preference. It's based on personal preference, but it's also based on like the characters and how they infect your life with positivity, and how I was supposed to say affect, but infect worked better in this statement. But when it comes to Blizzard in general, if you kind of like relate to any of their characters, or you feel like this series has changed your life and these characters have changed your life, then by all means, just go out there and express that love for it. Because you don't have to always support a company just to play a game. I mean, yes, it does support the company overall, but again, I don't know much about what's going on. If you guys could fill me in, maybe I'll make a video about it, but stay positive about it. I'm not going to throw hate. I'm not going to try to get other people involved. I'm not going to be like a media journalism person. I'm not going to do that, because that's not me. I'm against that type of stuff, because nowadays the media is always about shock value, and that makes me mad. So today, in honor of the characters that Overwatch has truly brought us into this world, today we're going to be reacting to Sigma origin story from Overwatch. It's been long overdue. I know you guys have been asking for it, and yeah. Let's get reacting and discussing the lore. And this is gonna be a long video, so just get prepped for that. Let's go, guys. Ooh. Ooh. Very nice. I like that animation.
Gravity.
Gravity.
Gravity is a harness.
Yes.
My entire career has been devoted to this idea, to this moment.
Ooh.
Decades.
He's a
If
scientist.
unifying theories are correct, we will soon be able to harness the power of a black hole.
Oh.
Nothing will ever be the same.
Yeah, what?
This
What
is
the
wrong.
frick? This is why you
field
get the science
failing.
kids.
What happened?
Oh my god, boy.
Where am I? Why am I being imprisoned?
What?
Release me!
Oh my god, his head! Whoa!
What is that?
His finger.
Hold it together. 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 Density, mass, momentum. It is too. It's too much.
Holy crap, boy!
I will bring you a new understanding of the universe. Violence.
Oh!
The universe is singing to me.
Okay.
What is that melody?
Are you
Freedom.
good?
Imprisonment. It's all an illusion.
Are you good?
Gravity is a harness.
What the freak is going
The
on?
harness. Together.
Oh my god. We know that he's a freaking villain. All right. So, oh boy, let's go scene by scene and kind of discuss Sigma. Now, he's very interesting to me. Also, Sigma is a camera brand. It's funny that he's named after that. His design's also very interesting to me too, because he kind of looks like he is a scientist, but kind of looks like everybody who's like either a scientist, not even just a mad scientist, but a scientist, a hacker, this like an inventor or anything, they suddenly just go on the bad side, which is not good. But again, there's really no bad or good when it comes to Overwatch. There's just like, you know, more of the dark and the light. For me, I love Sombra. Like, Sombra is like an amazing character. Absolutely love her design. And when she's like, boop, like I love her in general because she's awesome. But like, that doesn't mean that I'm a bad person just because I like somebody like that. Like I feel like she's on the neutral side. Like she'll join either side, like despite like whatever is gonna like be in it for her, you know? And that's what I like about Overwatch, because they don't necessarily just say like, oh, they're evil, you can't play as them. It's like, they're not, I wouldn't consider them evil, you know? I wouldn't consider them like evil. I wouldn't consider them even bad. It's like, there's probably some kind of fine line between the two. And it's like, that's again something that Overwatch's strength does do. It's like, it's just another side for you to be on or agree. It's just, again, like on Star Wars, with you got the Jedi or you got the Sith. I mean, the Sith are written as the bad, evil villains, but there's a lot of people who say that they would be a Sith based on what it says and based on the rules. So it's kind of like, not everything should just be like black or white. It's like everything should also have that gray line too, where it's like, not everything has to be one way. It could be another way as well. So that's one of Overwatch's strengths, and something I do appreciate Blizzard for, because they are great when it comes to that type of content that they do provide, because again, you can love a villain and not be considered a bad person. But anyway, back on topic here. So Sigma, we're gonna go 2-minute video, we're gonna chop apart and we're gonna discuss every little bit about it. So it looks like the boy is a scientist, and throughout his whole entire life, he has been studying gravity. And it kind of looks like he was fine. He dedicated his whole life to it. But the thing is he kind of went crazy. I mean, based on what I've seen, again, this is a blind discussion from based on what I'm seeing. I will be discussing more of his lore much later on, but this is based on what I see within him. Now, he kind of like is all like, let's study gravity, let's harness it, you know, let's stop these black holes, let's do all this kind of great science-y type of stuff. And he would say things like, why am I being imprisoned? And I was wondering the same thing, like, why would an innocent scientist who was just studying gravity be imprisoned for something? That makes no sense. I mean, to give you an example, Bill Nye the Science Guy. He would make videos about like children's stuff, and now he's doing random speeches places everywhere, and is still known as Bill Nye the Science Guy. But he's like doing speeches in places and all that great shizzles. So it's kind of like, in a sense, you're wondering what would happen if Bill Nye the Science Guy went insane. Is Sigma Bill Nye, but in the Overwatch lore? It's a good question. I mean, there are other scientists, but even how he kind of looks. He kind of looks like he could be related to Bill Nye, but just with crazier type of like eyebrows and more of a receding hairline. But this is an interesting choice for a character too. I mean, This would, I mean, if we're going to talk about demographics and who will be wanting to play more of this character, now this, aesthetically, this is not the type of character that I would want to play as. I mean, usually I go for characters that are either really adorable, that they're beans, if they have like a really like interesting backstory and design to them. His design is okay. It's not like out of this world, like, oh my god. Like Sombra's design, I absolutely love. All their designs, like even like a lot of them are just like, even Tracer has an interesting design. His design's okay. I mean, I'm gonna be honest here, but it's more, it intrigues me because of its simplicity. You know, I'm trying to get that, I'm trying to like say this as much as I can to be unbiased, to not be biased at all and be unbiased about my opinions on like aesthetics when it comes to character design. But based on what I see with him is like the simplicity of his character is what intrigues me. Because demographically speaking, I don't know, like, Overwatch's player base, like the age that they go for. I don't know if kids would want to play as Sigma, because he kind of looks, I mean, he kind of looks like he's very, not even just a simple thing, but he looks like he's been through a lot, you know? Just, like, based on his, like, scowl, and, like, he's dedicated to his work. A lot of kids, I would think, would play more as, like, Tracer or somebody who's much more popping and positive and colorful. So this is more for, like, the older base. Players. But again, I don't know Overwatch's player base age or anything, but his pens are really cool, I could say that. So harnessing the power of a black hole, nothing will ever be the same. That kind of like troubles me and kind of makes me scared because of the fact that if you harness the power of a black hole, nothing will ever be the same. Now that kind of hints like, what are you saying, boy? Are you saying nothing will ever be the same, or you're gonna help the world? Or are you gonna make everybody better? I mean, are you gonna make everybody feel like, are you gonna make Winston like, feel like he's the great scientist, or break his glasses and make him go on a rampage? Don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't break his glasses. Just don't do that. But like with him, what does he mean? Nothing will ever be the same. And that intrigues me too, because he's not saying he's gonna do it for the good or the bad. He's just saying he's gonna do it and dedicate his whole life to it. As you can see, he already has the receding hairline, and he looks like he has dedicated his whole life has been just writing this, an equation after equation, trying to harness the power of a black hole. God dang it, let's do this. So based on what we saw, it looks like he did it. It looks like he did harness the power of the black hole, but it didn't go as he planned, because the boy is screaming, the boy is losing his mind. In this moment, everything looks like it's just gone downhill. It's just in this moment, he has lost everything. I don't know what he has lost, but like in his mind, his mind did it. He finally reached his goal. But if you have the power of the black hole, what are you gonna do with the power? I don't know. What would you do if you had that power? But he lost all of his hair, okay? He looks like he lost weight, okay? He's in this suit. He's imprisoned. Boy, you probably destroyed everything in your path. Boyo, honey, sweetie baby. You don't remember that because it probably took over you, and you're all like, God dang it, I'm in prison now, but I don't remember what I did. So can you like necessarily blame him? I mean, would you say it's his fault? I mean, would you say that he is a villain if he didn't know what he was doing? Or do you feel as if he just needs therapy? Is he being imprisoned, or is he going to an insane asylum? Because either way, he's bound to get help somehow. Because this man looks like he deserves another chance if he is telling the truth. Now that's the thing. There's always that if. Because if he's telling the truth and he's saying something like, hey, I don't know why I'm being imprisoned, then he's an innocent man. Because it took over him and somebody else came into his body, or the power just enveloped him with this almighty power or something and made him forget everything. But that's kind of sad too, because if it's like one day you wake up and is it like Jekyll and Hyde type of thing, where it's like one day you're like, oh, and then you're like, the next thing, oh, if it is, that's a very good choice of a story. A very good choice. I feel like we're going those vibes, because he doesn't know what's going on. He's also a scientist. He invented something, and then this just goes downhill, and I just feel bad for him. You know, I'm gonna make a joke. He kind of, you know, the guy from Despicable Me kind of looks like him when he's bald. He looks like, he got the nose. He has the nose. Oh my God, he has the nose. Now, here's the thing. What's really important that you see, his head probably wasn't shaking like that in reality. His finger was probably moving like this, because his finger, that's what he was doing before when he was writing out the equations. It's kind of like this, kind of like, in a way, maybe a defense mechanism, or the only thing he knows how to really do. And it's important to note that too, because his finger's going like, and you see the equation showing up. So it's kind of like he's trying to piece everything together, trying to make sense of the situation that went down. And why is he being imprisoned? Why is he going to this insane asylum? Why is this happening? And he said no, because he's like, so this is why he intrigues me, because a villain or not, this man has no idea what is going on. So that's kind of sad. So it's too much to hold on to, and he actually figured it out. And it's like kind of that saying where it's like, if you come up with too much power, what are you going to do with that power? I mean, like people out there who are so famous, it's like, what do they do with all that money? What do they freaking do? I mean, with him too, it's like, what's he doing with all that mind and that matter within him and the knowing, like all knowing? He could be all knowing too, for all we know. But he doesn't know what's going on, but he's remembering little clips in like moments of what went down. And that's what's kind of scary to me, because when you start remembering things that you did without knowing that you did those things, it's kind of sad. It really is kind of sad. So I feel for him. It's not just pity. It's just like, I don't know much about this dude. All I do know is like he got the power of the black hole that he wanted. He became a villain without even kind of knowing. Now he's insane. So I kind of feel for him, because especially if he doesn't know. If he knows and he's just acting, I don't feel for him. But if he knows, I mean, if he doesn't know, then I will feel for him. So that's really important to know. I will bring you a new understanding of and then violence. So something took over him, whether he's possessed or what, I don't know by now. It's just like he lost all his hair in the process, I think. Unless his receding hairline got even more receding. Or maybe that's his hair up there that's flying around. Very good lighting though. But he has a new freaking way of saying with violence, and that creeps me out. Not gonna lie, that freaking creeps me out, because boyo, hey buddy, don't use science in that way. Use science for good. That's why science freaks me out. Okay? Please don't do it. Please don't do that guy from Despicable Me. Please don't do that. You guys can be brothers. We know how that ends. Get your minion. Freedom. Imprisonment. It's all an illusion. Now that freaks me out, because was that him in the present saying that? Because he's just staring. Like he lost his mind. Like, boy, buddy, Palorino. Hopefully you can get some help, because I feel bad. I mean, again, if it took over him, then that's really sad. So, oh my God, freedom, imprisonment. It's all an illusion. Ugh, that's powerful, but ugh. Gravity is a harness, and I have harnessed the harness. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much. Just God bless you. God bless America. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna look up some more information about Sigma and see exactly if I was right, because that's always fun to do. Let's get searching. All right, so now I'm on the Overwatch fandom page, the Wikia, and now we're going to be looking up some great information about our boy, who is a gravity-obsessed scientist man thingy. All right, let's go, guys. Sigma is one of the heroes of Overwatch. He's an eccentric astrophysicist, probably said that wrong, who hopes to unlock the secrets of the universe. Unaware, he's been turned into a living weapon. Oh, so he is unaware. Now, did he do it to himself, or did somebody else do it to him? So that's kind of sad. If he doesn't know, then that's gonna suck balls. All right, so bio of Sigma. Brilliant astrophysicist Dr. Cybrin de Kuiper. Yes. Life changed forever when an experiment gone wrong gave him the ability to control gravity. Now, Talon manipulates him to their own ends. Well, that's just fantastic. So he doesn't know what's going on. He was a hero, you know, he was a scientist, astrophysicist, may I say. He's a doctor. Okay, doctor. Yes. He doesn't know what's going on because he just created literally this weapon thingy, and with the gravity, the ability to control gravity, and then suddenly Talon's all like, we're gonna control you. We're gonna take you in, and we're gonna freaking control you, and you have nothing to say about that, boyo. God, at least give the man a chance. I mean, his freaking costume doesn't even have shoes. They're treating him badly. The boy doesn't have freaking shoes. I mean, I guess he doesn't need them because of gravity. He can probably freaking fly, but cover up those piggies. They're probably freaking cold. God dang it. Anyway, Dr. Cooper was considered a pioneer in his field. His life's work involved devising a way to harness the power of gravity. Equally known for his groundbreaking research and eccentric personality, he conducted most of his studies from his lab in the Haug. Probably said that really wrong. Believing that he was close to achieving his goal, he performed his most important experiment on an international space station. But something went wrong. Of course it did, triggering the brief formation of a black hole. De Cooper was only exposed to its power for a moment, but he suffered serious psychological damage. Oh my god, I feel bad for him. The area around him began to experience strange fluctuations in gravity, peaking and dropping in time with his reactions. Well, that's just great. I feel bad. He had to be evacuated immediately. Upon returning to Earth, De Cooper was quarantined in a secret government facility. Between his ravings about the patterns of the universe, a psychic damage he sustained, and the gravitic abnormalities happening around him, he was deemed unsafe and detained for years under the name Subject Sigma. Isolated, unable to control his powers, De Cooper retreated to his own mind. He thought he would never see the outside world again. So that's kind of sad. They kind of imprisoned him. Even they called him a subject. They renamed him. They gave him brand new life behind bars, and just, he didn't know what was going on. He was controlled. But no, nobody sees it that way, of course. When Talon discovered De Cooper's existence, they infiltrated the facility and broke him out, planning to use his brilliance and research for further their plans. In their custody, De Cooper slowly gained control of his powers. Now, gravity moved according to his will, and he was closer than ever to achieving his life's goal. But the same experiment that had opened his mind had also fractured it, and he struggled to keep the pieces together. So, you know what? They're like, you gonna make him into some kind of psycho imprisoned person? Well, hell no. We're gonna break him out and make him join our side and make him do bad things. Yeah, and then suddenly he still doesn't know what's going on because his mind is fragmented and just the pieces are going left and right. This poor man has freaking PTSD, my god. De Cooper continues to develop his powers in hopes of unlocking the secrets of the universe, unaware that Talon is using both him and his research. Of course they are. And of course he doesn't know, because that's just how life freaking works. That's just wrong, because this man has never been loved by good or evil, or by good or dark or light, whatever you want to consider it. That's just sad. That's the lore on him and his story, and it's kind of really upsetting that Sigma had to go through this. And he was a brilliant mind, and if you think about it, he was just kind of used his entirety of his life just because he wanted to reach his goal. It gives you a good lesson. Don't do that to people. Just don't use them. I feel bad for him. Oh. Let's give you a round of applause and maybe make it better. But if you do play as Sigma, I would love to know why. Why do you play as Sigma? What do you relate to him? And what did you take away from his story and his character overall? Alright guys, so this was our episode dedicated to Sigma and also Overwatch lore, on lore behind the game. If there's anything that you would like me to discuss, such as characters or anything in the norm of like that, anything that has to do with Overwatch's lore, just let me know in the comments down below, and we'll totally check it out. Because there's a lot that I have to react to still when it comes to Overwatch, and even studying the lore itself. So if you want that to become part of lore behind the game, let me know, and we totally check it out. And also, if you want to support All Ages of Geek and everything that we do, such as more episodes of lore behind the game every single week, be sure to check out our Patreon page, because that's where all fun rewards happen. All the rewards. Yeah, sign up today. But anyway, my friends, I hope you have an amazing day. You stay weird, you stay wonderful, you stay awesome. Until the next video, brace your fangirl and your fanboy every single day. Bye, guys. geeks of all ages.